Welcome to Freda Chando Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Your support to this channel is really amazing, and I want to take it with a measure of humility. With the same profound humility, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel if you have not. Click the notification bell and give our videos many likes as possible, and if you can share our videos, I will really appreciate. The conversation around the Kamkunji rally is one that is not ending any soon. Before this rally took place, it attracted a lot of debate. And after it had taken place, the conversation is even bigger than before. But did you know that there were several questions at stake before Raila Odinga led other Azimio partners to host and to grace this occasion? I want us to look at only 4 questions, fallacies and notions that had been peddled by Raila Odinga's political nemesis. And this is going to be very fast and very short, so kindly stay with me, ladies and gentlemen. The first question that was on the table, ladies and gentlemen, was that of the fate of Azimio party. You all know that over the past few weeks, Azimio has endured a lot of political storm. It started with the Jubilee wing of the Azimio saying that they were ready to sever ties with the coalition. Immediately after the election of the nominees to the East Africa Legislative Assembly, Azimio almost crumbled into pieces. I remember the Secretary General of the Jubilee Party, Mr. Jeremiah Kioni, called a press conference, and he made it very vivid that they were leaving Azimio apparently because they had obeyed their part of the bargain with Raila Odinga. And they said that Raila Odinga got over 900,000 votes in Mount Kenya, a number that he has never gotten before. And according to them, walilipa deni. And so very many people said, if the Jubilee wing breaks away, then Azimio will be left like a shell. And then Kalonzo Musyoka was also blowing hot and cold. No one knew whether he was still intact in Azimio. And of course, Martha Karua, after attending the Arusha to seek more clarity on Martha Koome's judgment, she went missing. And then you all understand that Oparanya had also indicated that he thought Raila Odinga was going to support the man from Mulembe for the Legislative Assembly seat. And so with all this, ladies and gentlemen, Azimio was undergoing a lot of storm. But yesterday, Raila Odinga and all the Azimio leaders answered the naysayers, because it seems that the Azimio party is strong, formidable, and intact. Why do I say this? I saw the same man who had said that they were leaving Azimio. Jeremiah Kioni himself was there. And I saw Martha Karua. I saw Kalonzo Musyoka. I saw Wycliffe Oparanya. And of course, even Eugene Wamalwa was there. And remember that while Raila was holding this meeting and was leading a host of his partners to grace this auspicious occasion, William Samoei Ruto was in Ukambani, and he was received by the Machakos governor, Wavinya Ndeti. There has been around talks that William Ruto is courting Kamba leaders, and he really wants Kalonzo on his side. Prior to the last election, William Ruto used Jimmy Wanjigi to try and lure Kalonzo Musyoka. But it took the intervention of Gideon Moi, who stood firm and ensured that Kalonzo Musyoka remained alone. Because William Ruto had decided to ensure that if Kalonzo was not going to vie alone, then he was breaking to join the UDA. It seems Kalonzo has become a hard nut to crack. And William Ruto has organized some tour in Western where he wants to meet Western leaders. And the Kakamega governor had indicated that they are ready to work with the national government. And I think it is good to work with the national government. There's nothing bad. But behind this political facade, there seems to be some hidden motives because William Ruto wants to ensure that Mudavadi leads Western and he picks Western. He wants to replace Raila Amolo Odinga there. It's not going to be a walk in the park. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first notion that Raila dispelled is that Azimio is not breaking any soon. Azimio is intact. Number two, the government side had invested a lot of resources and energy to try and insinuate that Raila Amolo Odinga was hell-bent on creating chaos with these rallies. Because while Raila had maintained that this was going to be a peaceful rally, a consultative meeting with his supporters, the government side had indicated and they insisted that Raila Amolo Odinga was planning to organize chaotic demonstrations to intimidate William Ruto so that they can get into a kind of a handshake arrangement like the one that was there in 2007 where they formed a coalition government with Mwai Kibaki, or the one that they did with the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So in that meeting, the meeting was very peaceful. I did not see any kind of chaos there. In fact, the leaders who attended that meeting preached nothing but peace. And so I want to believe that the administration really wanted something to happen so that they can accuse Raila Amolo Odinga of being chaotic. And there had been fears that maybe the administration could even sponsor some goons to go and cause mayhem, to steal from people, to break into people's businesses so that they can blame it on Raila. Wait, before you criticize me, where did I get this? It is Mike Sonko himself, the former Nairobi governor, who one day came into the limelight and told people that there was a time when they used to gang up and create chaotic scenes within Azimio rallies, wherever Raila is holding their rallies, so that their goons can create chaos and they blame it on Raila Odinga. So those are not my words or my wishful thinking, but they are confirmed by Mike Sonko. So the Azimio coalition really were very cautious that the rally could be infiltrated by some goons. But I thank God that this did not happen. If there were any kind of hiccups, then they were hiccups that could be manageable. And let me say, give credit where it's due. So the person who advised the president, the person who advised Rigathi Gachagua, the person who advised Kithure Kindiki, the Minister of Interior, to allow this rally to take place, Heko, you did a good thing. Because had you tried to block the Azimio supporters from attending that rally, as we speak today, we would be regretting because it would have been very chaotic, ladies and gentlemen. And so that second notion was dispelled. The rally became peaceful. The third notion, ladies and gentlemen, is one that the administration has really tried hard, and I believe not only the administration, but together with the international community, to, like tell people that Raila Amolo Odinga is an old king who can no longer rule and take care of his territory. And it is compounded by another fallacy that Raila Amolo Odinga's supporters are exhausted and they are tired. Let me build my case. If you talk to experts, and one who is very honest, they will tell you that in 2007, Raila Amolo Odinga was robbed of his victory. In 2013 and 2017, the victory was stolen, not robbed. And in 2022, it was a mixture of robbery and stealing. And let me tell you, the one that happened in the just concluded election was meant to take Raila to retirement. That is what they thought. That is what the forces that colluded to, take his victory away, they thought that this time round Raila Amolo Odinga is going home. If you look at what has been happening even in Luo Nyanza, led by the ICT Cabinet Secretary, Eliud Owalo, they have gone to Nyanza under the guise of distributing relief food. And in those meetings, they are preaching one gospel, that Raila Amolo Odinga is tired and he should pave way for a younger politician. That conversation is healthy, and I think it should be furthered, but in a very honest manner. And they are also saying that people are tired. In fact, before that meeting, they had even sent some statements that Luo Nyanza will not attend the Raila Amolo Odinga maandamanos. It was not a maandamano. And they had said that they are tired because the thing was that this time round, Raila Amolo Odinga, they knew very well that if Raila was going to be robbed of his victory, then people will say, tumechoka sasa. And the truth is, there are people who are a bit tired. And Raila Amolo Odinga was also using this to test whether the people are really tired. But that meeting was thronged to capacity, ladies and gentlemen. My teacher taught me something called a mammoth crowd. And I thought that was the definition of a mammoth crowd. And I saw a rejuvenated crowd. I saw a crowd that was very energetic. People who did not go there because they were paid, because I have known another crowd that sometimes pays people to go and throng their rallies. But those were a group of volunteers who went there to listen to Raila, because there are several things that are happening. People don't have jobs. There is a lot, just the cost of living is just too high. So they went there, and I believe that the rebels, people like Owalo and Miguna and Okotho Bado and all those people, David Uching of Ugenya, are now disappointed because they had assured William Ruto that they would work hard to ensure that Raila Amolo Odinga does not hold grip of the Nyanza group. They wanted to reduce Raila to look like someone who is a Luo kingpin, but they realized that Raila is able to consolidate his other partners, Martha Karua, Jeremiah, and Kalonzo. And this was dispelled because when people went to that rally, they knew that people are not tired. I have always maintained on this platform that the engineers of the people are tired are the international community. But now that notion has been misspelled. Ladies and gentlemen, just the very last one, and not the least, is that you have seen this notion being peddled around that Raila Amolo Odinga cannot endear himself and embrace his partners, that William Ruto left him, they were together in 2007 and William Ruto went. Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula formed, they were part of the NASA coalition in 2017, and now they are gone. So there had been this notion that Raila cannot take care of his partners. And when Jeremiah Kiuni had said that he was going away, and Oparanya and people like those friends who had indicated that they were not together, the current administration was very happy because they were now peddling this, that Raila cannot. But by bringing them together at a time, at his lowest moment, they have ashamed the naysayers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but I also want to believe that there was also an element of courage, because there was a lot of warning and intimidation to the Azimio leaders and the Azimio supporters. If they had been cowards, they wouldn't have attended that rally. But they braved all this because they were not sure that, someone could even sponsor some goons to beat people. The government is going to open fire with them. But they endured that, and with the courage that they had, they went there, and the rally was very peaceful, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, I believe that William Samoei Ruto is going back to the drawing board. Because if Raila manages to consolidate that support, he has just started, that was just one rally. Next will be in Jacaranda, when they are going to hold a parallel Jamhury celebration. Just to ensure that Raila wants to show them that I have the numbers. the numbers that you have that you won within the result in the IEBC ni yako, Chebukati na Jose Camargo. So I think Raila is still, obsessed with the mere fact that he wants to show them that he won. Because Azimio supporters, if you listen to them, still believe that they are the legitimate government. And so, ladies and gentlemen, is there anything that I have left out? Because from where I sit, those are the 4 fundamental questions that Raila wanted to answer. And I believe he did, and in a very profound and resounding manner. That is my take.